Hey everyone, welcome back to week 5. In this video, we'll be looking at exercise and why it is incredibly important for you as an entrepreneur and how you can go about organizing it for yourself. So let's get right into it on the slides. So here's what we're gonna cover. Why exercise? Exercise essentials, structuring a workout plan, and recovery. So as always, please subscribe and follow to me and Max on all social platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whatever it may be. You can find me at Gio Joachim on all relevant social platforms. So go ahead and follow me on there. Tons of content on how you can optimize your health and performance as an entrepreneur and as a person in general. So whoever you are, this is incredibly important for you, and I have incredibly valuable content for everyone. And I look at a bunch of different topics with health, fitness, and performance, such as training, nutrition, sleep, gut health, and the like. And as always, please go ahead and share the course to anyone you know. It is incredibly important because this is a revolution and we are changing people's lives. So it is so cool. It would be so cool if you guys can go ahead and just share the course to absolutely everyone you know. Keep growing the community. Just keep growing this absolutely positive and amazing family that you guys have built. So warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video, do not skip and do not fast forward. And also a pro tip is that you can watch the video in 2 times speed. So let's get into it. You may be wondering, why does exercise matter if I want to build my agency? So why exercise? Physical benefits. There are obvious physical benefits to working out. Longevity, more muscle, you get leaner, increased cardiovascular performance, look better, feel better, stronger immune system, everything. These are all non-negotiable for you as an entrepreneur. Exercise, specifically lifting weights, show a significant increase in testosterone as well. A healthy body is a healthy business. Psychological benefits. These physical benefits lead to psychological benefits as well. Part of improving as an entrepreneur is improving your internal confidence and self-image. Getting in shape will help you do that. Not only that, but it is also a very productive way to spend an hour of the day, which will add to a positive feedback loop, thus helping you stay productive. So improving your self-image as an entrepreneur, you will be growing a lot through this journey. And as you start to make more money with your agency, your mental perception is going to change. You're going to change as a person. You're not going to be the same person that you were a year ago or 2 years ago. And for that matter, you're going to be a very different person in a year and 2 years. So with your business, you have to physically and personally be changing as well. And part of that are the psychological benefits that you are going to get from being a healthier, sort of better looking person through exercise. There are also neurological benefits to exercise. Exercise doesn't only affect the body, it also affects your brain and hormones in ways that will greatly impact you and your business. For example, when doing exercise, your brain does not only produce dopamine, which is earned through effort, it also produces BDNF, which is a hormone that promotes cognitive function, brain health, creativity, energy, and several other things. It also prevents you from getting Alzheimer's, dementia later on in life. It increases the longevity of your life. Extreme list of benefits that you get from BDNF. But also I mentioned here dopamine, which is earned through effort. This is very important in today's day and age because we live in a day and age where everything is so easy. You can order food on Uber Eats. You can watch TikTok and get entertainment in the space of 2 seconds. You don't even need to read a book anymore. You can basically do anything. There's porn where you can literally just get sexual gratification from watching a video. So there's very little effort that we need to put in these days to get dopamine, drugs as well. But exercise is a real thing where you spend an hour. It sometimes feels like crap, sometimes it feels amazing, but you put yourself through immense effort to get a dopamine rush at the end. And this is incredible for you to understand as an entrepreneur because the journey of building a business is incredibly mentally challenging. It is. We're not gonna bullshit anyone. It is incredibly mentally challenging to go ahead and keep working when you don't feel like working. On the days where you wake up, you feel like binge watching Netflix, just going out, whatever it may be. But you sticking to your purpose, that is incredibly important. And that dopamine sort of cycle of earning it through effort and not doing the easy things is incredibly important. So this is what we've done with Max. Max has gotten leaner and stronger. As you can see, he looks great there on the right. Much better definition in his quads, his abs, his arms, and his chest. But he's also physically gotten stronger by adding more muscle to his frame, which is incredibly awesome to see, whilst also being down around 4 kilos there. And this is only in 60 days or so. So as you can see there, his graph from his weight tracker or from his scale. So let's get into exercise essentials. Exercise essentials. The first one is 10,000 steps. You may have heard this one before. In my books, this is the most crucial tip for entrepreneurs when it comes to fitness. It keeps you lean, happy, and focused. Do this every single day. And the reason I think it's the most crucial is simply because it's so easy and you never have an excuse. You simply do not have an excuse to say one day that you didn't hit 10,000 steps because of something that isn't your fault. If you don't hit 10,000 steps, it is your fault. It helps you stay lean, happy, and focused, as I said. You get your blood moving, you get your body moving, it keeps your mind in check. Second one is lifting weights. I believe that every man or woman should lift weights. This not only makes us stronger, but also has incredible mental benefits that directly translate into your work, as we spoke about in the previous slides. So aim to lift weights at least 2 to 3 times a week. If you're unsure, use the workout plan provided at the bottom of this video. We have put together a workout plan. It's not the be all and end all. It's not going to be the absolute best workout plan, because that doesn't exist in my opinion. There's no such thing as a best workout plan. The best workout plan is the one that you enjoy, you get in and you do every week, week on week, and you enjoy doing and you improve at it. That is the best workout plan. What we've provided you is a full 3-month, full body, 3 times a week workout plan that you can go ahead and draw inspiration from. You can go ahead and follow it to the T, whatever it may be, but we've provided that for you, so you can go ahead and get in the gym. And it is of course beginner friendly, so anyone can go ahead and start today. Lastly, we're going to get cardio. There are a few forms of cardio to consider. Low intensity steady state, or LISS, moderate intensity steady state, or MISS, and high intensity interval training, HIIT. For entrepreneurs, I recommend you do 150 minutes of MISS, so moderate intensity cardio, per week, along with your sort of LISS, which comes in the form of your 10,000 steps. So your 10,000 steps is essentially a non-negotiable foundation, and then you do your cardio on top of that. HIIT can also be a decent tool. However, I would not recommend lifting weights and doing HIIT on the same day. And I would avoid doing HIIT more than once a week. This is just because if you're doing true HIIT, it can be very difficult to recover from sometimes. And another reason I don't recommend HIIT is because many people don't know what HIIT training is. Some people say they do HIIT training, they do 1-minute jog intervals on the treadmill, then they walk for a minute. No, that's not HIIT. HIIT is, if you watch a real athlete doing HIIT training, they are pushing themselves to the absolute limit where they are about to throw up for a minute, and then they stop for 2 to 3 minutes and they are dying and gasping for breath. So most people do not, cannot put themselves through that and do not have the mental fortitude to put themselves there. But also real HIIT is very challenging to recover from. So I would avoid it, and I would stick to moderate intensity cardio, like riding a bike, going for a jog, even a brisk walk, like a very fast walk, are great things that you can go ahead and do. Hiking as well for MISS. So this is what we've done with Max, and this is one of the iterations of Max's workout plan. It has changed a lot over the last 2.5 months. So he had a full body workout 3 days a week, just so that we can have him doing as much as he can, whilst also, keeping his time as a precious thing, so that he can work optimally on his business. So we have a very wide variety of different exercises and the different sort of training methods in this training plan. So you can go ahead and look through that. But we have his cardio, in the form of swimming and brisk walks to and from the pool. He has a brisk walk on the Thursday, which is essentially a form of MISS as well, because he walks pretty fast, and so that gets his heart rate up. Swimming as well on the Saturday, I believe that is, and on brisk walks on days where he's not doing anything, just to keep him doing some form of physical exercise every day, and also allowing him enough time to recover from each of the weightlifting sessions. So, structuring your workout plan. Lifting weights. Try to lift weights at least 2 times per week, and at most 6 times per week, and allow for at least 1 to 2 days of quote-unquote rest in between training each muscle group. E.g., if you train chest, wait 2 days before training chest again. In that period, you can train other muscles. For example, you can train chest, shoulders, and triceps on Monday, and then you can train back and biceps on Tuesday, legs on Wednesday, and then chest, shoulders, and triceps on Thursday. So you leave for a decent amount of time to recover in between. Cardio. In order to achieve 150 minutes of moderate intensity cardio, you can split it up into 4 sessions of around 35 minutes throughout the week. However, if you want to do a shorter number of longer sessions and vice versa, that also works as well. How much should I train each muscle? Effectively, you should aim to train each muscle group 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the volume, and with a total of around 10 to 20 working sets per week. There are a couple ways you can structure this, but as I said, we have provided a 3-day per week full body routine that absolutely anyone can follow. Is beginner friendly, and even if you are more advanced or intermediate lifter, you can go ahead and draw inspiration. Maybe there are some exercises that you don't typically do that you can adopt into your training, or maybe some training methods that I'm going to run you through that maybe you're not aware of previously. So I think anyone can learn something from the workout. So as you can see here, this is a screenshot of the workout plan, which I'll run you through now. So as you can see here, this is Monday of month 1. So what we've done is we split it up into a 3-day sort of training session, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we've done that 3 different times. So giving you 3 slightly different workouts, just to give you some more variety. So you can follow this for 3 months, and then afterwards you can repeat it, you can mix and match, you can change some exercises, and you can really get creative with this as well. This isn't the Bible of fitness. You don't need to just follow this. You can have some creative freedom. If maybe one of the machines isn't available, you can switch it out for another similar looking movement. If you're doing a barbell row, for example, you can do a chest supported row. Whatever it may be, you have a lot of options that you can play here. And another thing to mention, if you do want to use this, you go ahead and you click File, make a copy, and download it to your drive so you can edit it for yourself. So just to run you through this and why I've structured it in this way. I've structured Monday as more of a strength-based session where we're working in a slightly lower rep range, so 6 to 10 reps. Then a Wednesday to be a more hypertrophy-based session, meaning looking towards putting on as much muscle as possible, and that's slightly higher reps with more volume there. And then Friday is a bit of a mix of the two, so I'll run you through it now. As you can see here, we have barbell back squats. So you're going to do 4 sets of each exercise, and you work in the 6 to 10 rep range. If you're a beginner, don't aim for failure. So aim to have a few reps in the tank when you finish. So get 10 reps, but let's say you could have got 12. But you want to use a slightly heavier weight than you would if you were working in a higher rep range. Then you want to focus on the tempo, which is 1 second up and then 2 seconds on the way down. So you're really controlling the weight at the same time. So squats, then you have bench press, again 6 to 10 reps in that same rep range. Rest for 3 to 4 minutes. The rest time is it's just a number. You can rest more, you can rest less. It really depends on you. And what I typically say for rest time is use however much rest you need to feel like you can hit the next set as best as you physically can. So if you feel like you need more rest, take more rest. Then we have barbell rows and standing barbell shoulder press. And this all essentially is a very solid full body workout, looking at compound movements that train many muscles at the same time. So when you're doing a ball and back squat, you're training your quads, but your hamstrings, your glutes. A bench press is going to be training your chest, some of your front delts, your triceps. Barbell rows is going to do a lot of the muscles in your back, your biceps, and a standing barbell bench press is going to use a lot of your shoulder muscles and also your triceps as well. So a very good whole-rounded sort of strength training session. Then on Wednesday, as you can see here, there's a lot more volume. But what we've done here is we've paired up different supersets that you can train together. And these are antagonistic muscle pairs. So what that means is you train leg extensions, which trains your quads, so the front of your legs. And then you pair that with leg curls, which trains your hamstrings, which is the back of your legs. So what you will do is you will walk over to the leg extension and you'll do a set of 12 to 15 reps. So here, as you can see, we're doing higher rep ranges. And I want you to really push yourself here. So aim to fail within that rep range. And you want to go 1 second up and really control it 1 second down. So the set should take you about a minute to complete. It's going to be a lot of time under tension. So then you want to rest a minute, and then you want to go to the leg curl. Then you want to do the same thing, so a set of 12 to 15 reps, and then you want to rest a minute. So what we're doing here, this may seem like a lot, and you may seem like, oh no, I can't rest between sets, but you can. So when you're training leg extensions, when you're training your quads, your hamstrings are resting. So you'll train your quads for 1 set, you'll rest for a minute, then you'll train your hamstrings for 1 set, and then you'll come back to your quads, but they've actually rested for 2 minutes in between that period of time. Or actually 3 minutes, because you're gonna rest 1 minute after every set. So you have leg extensions, then you're gonna have a minute rest, leg curl, a minute rest, leg extensions, a minute rest, leg curl, a minute rest. And you do that until you do 4 sets of each movement. So you'll be getting plenty of rest, and each muscle will be getting 3 minutes rest total, even though you're only resting 1 minute between the sets. Because while one muscle is working, the other muscle is resting. So as you can see, I've named that as 1A and 1B, so that's how you know if it's a superset. So here it's 2A, 2B, so you can be pairing machine chest press with a chest supported row. So again, opposite muscles. So again, while the chest is working, the back is resting, and while the back is working, the chest is resting. And then I've added some arm focused work, so cable bicep curls and cable tricep extension. Again, another superset that you can do here, resting a minute in between each set and swapping back and forth. Then on the Friday workout, we have a slightly different style, more like also strength-based, big compound movements, but we also have a bit, higher rep ranges. So here you're going to be looking at sumo deadlift, which is a hinging exercise. You're going to lose a lot of your hamstrings with that, some glutes, also some back activation you're going to get by doing the sumo deadlifts. So you do that on its own, 2 to 3 minutes rest. If you need a bit more, go ahead and do that. This is also a strength-based exercise, so we're going to be looking at 6 to 10 reps. Then you want to move over to the lat pull downs, where you're going to be focusing in the higher rep ranges, so 12 to 15 reps. 1 second, so 1 second. So this is up because your concentric portion of the movement, you're contracting your muscles, and then 2 seconds down. So you're putting the weight down. And you rest for 2 minutes there. Because you're doing it on its own, you can offer yourself some more rest. Then incline dumbbell press, and then some cable side lateral raises. So you'll be training your shoulders, your chest, your lat pull downs, and your sumo deadlifts. Also something to mention, when you're doing your incline dumbbell press, your front delts will be working as well. So when we get to the sort of main shoulder movement, we can do cable side lateral raises because the front delt has already been worked sufficiently. So that's month 1. Some very good whole rounded training. You can add as much as you want to this, take away something from this. You can make some changes, just suit it to you. This is a very generic plan that any beginner can really start doing. You can look up, if you're unsure of how to do an exercise, you look it up on YouTube. There's tons of good form videos. So you can go ahead and do that. And as I said, if there's some things that you like, some things that you don't like, you can have the creative freedom to go ahead and make changes to it as you like. So moving on to the month 2, just to run you through it, we have a different leg exercise here. So leg press, and then we've got incline dumbbell bench press, single arm dumbbell rows, and seated dumbbell shoulder press. So in month 1, you were doing the standing barbell presses. Here you're doing a seated shoulder press. And you're also doing incline dumbbell bench press as the main sort of strength movement. So as you can see here, we had it as the incline dumbbell bench press, 10 to 15 reps, so in a higher rep range. So here we're looking for more hypertrophy, more muscle building potential. But here in the incline dumbbell bench press, we are looking at a higher rep range, so the weight will come up a little bit. You'll be working with slightly heavier weights. And here we're looking to primarily work on your strength. Then Wednesday, given some different variety of exercises. What you'll notice here is that this isn't a superset, so it's just one exercise on its own. That's the goblet squat. You can do this with a kettlebell or a dumbbell. This is a very beginner-friendly exercise, but it's also good for anyone to do. And you can do it in any gym as well, because any gym will have a kettlebell or a dumbbell that you can just pick up and go ahead and start doing some squats with. So you do that on its own, so you'll notice a higher rest time. But then here, we have the machine chest press paired with the seated row. As you can see, 2A, 2B. You can, in the same way that we spoke about before, you do the machine chest press, you rest for a minute, you do the seated row, you rest for a minute, and then you go back to the machine chest press. So you'll be getting 3 minutes total rest per muscle group. And then the last pairing, or the last superset, if you want, is the easy bar curls. So easy bar curl is the bar that's kind of like a zigzag. So you do that, and then you pair that with skull crushers. Another great superset that you can do at pretty much any gym. Then on Friday, month 2, we have Romanian deadlifts, and then we have cable chest flies paired with real delt cable flies. So you'll be training your rear delts, your cable, your chest when you're doing your flies. You have a Romanian deadlift, which is a really great hinging exercise. You'll be doing a lot of your glutes and your hamstrings there. And then you have dumbbell side lateral raises. which you can do. You can, and here you have a higher rep range, about 15 to 20 reps, because they're really, your shoulders can take quite a lot of volume. So by training them in the higher rep ranges, you're really burning them out, and you'll get some great progress there. And then again, Monday, some slightly different variations and slightly different combinations of exercises. You have the barbell squat that you had in the first one. You had incline bench press. You can do this with a barbell. You can do this with dumbbells, whatever you fancy. Chest supported rows and lateral raises. Here I have them noted as heavier, because something that I like to do is heavy lateral raises. Obviously, you don't want to be just swinging them doing bad form, because I do want to prioritize good form. But as I said, your shoulders can take quite a lot of volume, and so hitting them with heavier weights sometimes can be great. You can cheat them a little bit on the way up and then really control them on the way down as much as you physically can, and aiming for a slightly different rep range there. And another quick tip that you can do is you can do this 6 to 10 reps, you really burn them out, and then you can drop them, superset it with a lighter weight, and then crank out some more reps, maybe like another 10 reps with half the weight, to really burn the muscle there. Then Wednesday of that week, again, just a different variation. Beware that when you're on the Wednesday workouts, you want to check if it's a paired exercise or if it's a singular exercise. As you can see here, it is a singular exercise, just one, and then 2A, 2B, and 3A, 3B. And then on Friday as well, as you can see, the structure of the workouts are very much similar. The structure of the workouts are very close to one another from month 1, month 2, month 3. But I'm just giving you some more variation in terms of the exercises that you can go ahead and do to make it more fun for you, to keep it interesting. So what you can do is you can just do this for 3 months, then you can do it again. So start again from month 1 and do it again, and see how you improve every time you do it, which is awesome. So also, just wanted to note, kettlebell swings here is a great exercise. It's a hinging exercise. Another pattern that you may have noticed in the way I program this is on the Monday, I've offered a squatting exercise, barbell squats, leg press, a lot of knee flexion. And then on the Fridays, I've typically offered some more hinging exercises like kettlebell swings, sumo deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, for example. So that's a great way, to structure your training. You want to have both knee flexion exercises, so squatting exercises, and you want to have some hinging exercises as well, just to build a very strong overall chain of your body. You want your body to be able to function in different movement patterns equally as effective, just because you want to be a strong, primed human being essentially. And you do that, and you get that by training different styles of movement. So very important to keep that in mind. So now we'll go back to the slides. I hope I've given you a very sort of comprehensive understanding of the workout. As I said, if you have any questions about it, go ahead and shoot me a question, either in the community or shoot me a DM over on Instagram, or whatever you prefer. But get in contact with me, and please do not be scared to ask me any questions that you have about the workout program. And another thing to mention is, because I do have access to this page, I will be editing it. So down the line, maybe in a few months' time, I will be making some additions, some subtractions, maybe giving some more variation, giving some different exercises, maybe offering different workout plans in the future. So definitely, keep posted and download this version right now, because it may be changing in the future, or maybe we'll add on some as well. So awesome stuff that I'm excited to share with you here, and I hope you enjoy this workout program. But now we're going to head back to the slides so we keep going with our programming. So as you can see here, this is the slide we just saw, but we're moving on now to recovery. Incredibly important stuff. So rest days. Rest days are important, although it is very important to stay active. So that whilst you should have at least one rest day per week, you should still aim to complete your 10,000 steps, as this will also aid recovery. So there's nothing I hate more than when people are on their rest days, they just sit on the couch and do nothing. I'm a very big proponent of active rest. Even on your rest days, go for a walk, maybe do some sauna, do some cold exposure, do some plunge pools, go on a light hike, walk your dog, whatever it may be. Just do some easy, active work to keep your body moving, to keep your body healthy, and this will actually aid in your recovery. So sleep, we've also discussed sleep in depth in a previous video, and you know the importance behind sleep, but it's important and useful to reiterate here again. Sleep is when you build muscle. So getting a full 8-hour night of sleep every day is going to be crucial for maintaining tip-top performance. This is so important to understand. You don't build muscle during the day. You don't build muscle in the gym. You build muscle when you are sleeping. The gym is when you give your muscle the stimulus to grow, and then the sleep is when you actually get the muscle growth and the muscle repair happen. Nutrition. On non-training days, you still want to make sure that your diet is on point. High protein, healthy fats, and a good amount of complex carbs to give you the energy you need for the next day of training. Another thing that I really don't like seeing is when people on their rest days decide to just have 3 cheat meals. They wake up, they have their cereal, at lunch they have a burger and fries, and then at dinner they have like fried chicken or pizza, whatever. It's very important. Your rest days are actually more crucial for recovery than the days of your training in terms of your nutrition. So you have to make sure that your nutrition is on point. So here I want to dive into the pyramid of health to kind of tie everything back in and put everything in perspective now that we've looked at sleep, diet, and exercise. So the pyramid of health starts with sleep as the foundation. This is very important for you guys to understand. Then there is diet, and then there is exercise at the top. So I want you guys, I want to sort of take a second and to really make this clear to you guys. Sleep is the foundation. If you don't sleep well, it doesn't matter what you eat, and it doesn't matter what you train, you will be unhealthy. It is so important to understand that. And on top of that, if you sleep well, but you don't eat well, and your diet is crap, and you're not eating good foods, then it doesn't matter what you train, you won't be able to out-train a bad diet. It's just not possible. Unless you are a freak of an athlete and you train with extreme dedication every single day and do hours and hours of cardio, you cannot out-train a poor diet. You must have your diet in check and you must have your sleep in check. We've been over both of those. And the exercise is a kind of like the cherry on top. Everyone should exercise. Do not get me wrong, you should be exercising. But you must understand that exercise does not make up for a poor diet, and that certainly doesn't make up for poor sleep. So if your sleep is not on point, I don't care if your diet is on point and your exercise is on point. Sleep is the number one priority. It's the foundation of which your health is built on. Then you have diet, and then you have your exercise. So in summary, 10,000 steps a day. I want you to do this every single day. Make it a ritual for yourself and it will pay dividends. That's the first action step from this video. Every single day you should be doing 10,000 steps. And there is no excuse for you not being able to track it. Everyone's phone now can track their steps. If you get an Oura Ring, it can track your steps. If you get a Whoop Band, it can track your steps. All of these things track your steps. So there's no excuses there. Number 2. Training in the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week. This will not only help you look good, but it will help you feel good too. And if you're not sure where to start, as I said, we have provided an incredible beginner-friendly full body workout that anyone can do and that you can go ahead and download to your Drive and use as well. So 3, recover. Recovery is very important. Treat it as such. Prioritize sleep and nutrition and take 1 day per week of no intense exercise. So on that day, you still want to get your 10,000 steps in, you still want to get some active recovery in, but don't have any, crazy intensive exercises. Maybe go for a light swim, a light jog, a light bike ride, but nothing too crazy. So subscribe and follow as always. You can find me at Gio Joachim on all the platforms, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Go ahead and follow me and subscribe to me on all of those platforms. I would really, really appreciate it. I put a lot of effort into the content that I put out on those platforms, so it would really mean a lot to me if you guys could go ahead and follow me on there, because I will also have tons of content on various topics on how you can optimize your health and performance as an entrepreneur in the same way that we've done for Max and in the same way that I do with all of my clients. It is super, super useful if you go ahead and you follow me on there. So as you can see, at Gio Joachim is where you'll find me. So go ahead and share the course. Super important, guys. This is a revolution and we're changing people's lives together. So if you can share the course to as many people as you can, you will be changing their lives. And all you have to do is tell them about it. And it's a super, super awesome community that you guys have built and that you guys have nurtured. So it's important to keep growing it. So go ahead and share the community. And I wanted to leave you with this quote from Richard Branson. I seriously doubt that I would have been as successful in my career if I hadn't always placed such an importance on health and fitness. Richard Branson. So guys, as always, let's get to work and